Today, we become legends.
So a lot of people like to make tier lists for Smite. Some of them are good, some of them are a bit misleading, some of them are outright terrible. So I decided I'd review some community tier lists. I'm going to be using the SmiteGuru tier list site here because as far as I know, there's no other site that does that allows community submissions for tier lists unless maybe SmiteFire does that. I'm not sure, but we're going to be reviewing some community SmiteGuru tier lists today. Now, obviously, this video is meant to be in good fun. I'm sure there'll be some bad tier lists here, but it's not meant to trash the person. It's just meant to be, you know, a fun little video that we can do where we can look at people's tier lists. I'll explain why I think they're good or bad, right or wrong, because I have a good handle on the meta myself, and some of these people, you know, they might be new players or whatever, so don't go like harassing them or like saying their tier lists are trash. This is just all for good fun. But let's get into it with this first one, which was actually just submitted 41 minutes ago here. Ignore everything below A tier. I'm kind of confused here. What is this supposed to be? It doesn't say what this is for. It doesn't say if it's Conquest or Joust or Duel. This may have been a bad one to start with, because this makes absolutely no sense to me. This isn't like just a bad tier list. This is just a tier list that makes absolutely zero sense. Let's move on to another one. Alright, my tier list title 21 hours ago. Okay, this looks like it's actually one for Conquest, so we can actually go a little bit more in depth on this one. Obviously, like, the tiers are going to be a little different, but I'm basically just going to rank them on, like, you know, comparative to other tiers. So, like, I don't think these gods should be SS, as in, like, completely break the game. But I'll use their, like, tier explanations here, because this one's actually quite well formatted. It has, like, explanations of all the tiers and all that kind of stuff. But SS, Persephone, I agree with. Olorun, I think after the Hecate nerfs, Olorun's not quite, like, you know, top 5 gods in the game anymore. Yamoja, I agree with. Amaterasu, I agree with. These are all pretty good here. First bans, low-level execution needed to carry games, massive utility. So that's kind of true, except for the low-level execution part, because obviously Yamoja and Persephone are two of the most skill-intensive characters in the game. So Rama, I agree with. Nemesis, I agree with. Hera, I don't think belongs up here. She's strong, but she's not like, you know, top 3 mid laners or whatever, top 2 mid laners actually that they've got her here. Freya, definitely agree with. After the Hecate nerf, like, I think this is a reasonable place for Freya. She's still very strong, but not necessarily like right up here. This is probably where I'll put Olorun as well. Cupid's been seeing a lot of like competitive play recently. I think he's not quite this high. I would put him maybe one tier down. Hercules, however, should be moved up. Hercules is definitely a top pick ban. Sun Wukong probably moved up as well. He's definitely one of their strongest solo laners right now. Jingwei, I think, is about in the right place. Could potentially be moved up, but I think like Rama, Freya are like stronger than Jingwei right now. Tsukuyomi definitely should be moved up. People overreacted to the nerfs. He's still very strong. Maybe not like in this tier, but maybe in that tier, or like in S+, I would say. Morrigan is fine. Mori's always strong. Achilles probably a little overrated. I'd move him down. Cthulhu should be like way up here. Hebo probably move up a little bit. Afro's about in the right place there. Thor's a bit too high. Thor's about right. Ganesha maybe a little bit down. And then what do we have down here? Loki in D tier. Yeah, I agree. C tier. Sol's not C tier, especially with Hecate. Like, Sol's not good, but I think he should be moved up a little bit. But I pretty much agree with all the rest of the picks here. Izanami's kind of bad. Odin, Bastet suck. Actually, no, maybe Odin's not C tier. Odin could be moved up a little bit, but I mostly agree with C tier. B tier looks about right. Kernanos should be way higher. Kronos should be a bit higher. Athena should be higher. Kumba should be higher. But for the most part, I agree with B tier. Jablanque probably a little higher too. Heim should not be this low. Heim's one of the top ADCs right now. He should not be in A-. But for the most part, this tier is about right. Susanoo's probably a little higher. A tier is pretty reasonable. Honestly, I think Arachne and King Arthur are 2 picks here that stand out to me that should be higher up. Maybe Geb as well. Overall, not too bad though. I kind of rate this tier list. There's a few picks that are like severely out of place, like Heimdallia is way too low. Cthulhu's way too low. Hercules is too low. Like, there's a few picks that are out of place, but compared to a lot of community tier lists I've seen, this is actually not too bad. I'd give this one probably like an 8 out of 10. This is a pretty good one to start with. Moving on to this one, another untitled one. To me, this looks like a jungle tier list, so aside from the fact that there's Ulla and Poseidon, which I don't really consider that viable in jungle, it looks like a jungle tier list to me, so I'll rate that as a jungle tier list. Bako and Arachne definitely deserve to be up here. Rat's not as OP as people thought he was. He should probably be moved down. Tsukuyomi moved up. Tsukuyomi's one of the top junglers right now. Nemesis and Thor probably moved up as well. Honestly, swap Nemesis and Thor with Erlang and Thana. Swap Rat with Suku. See, this isn't terrible. I mean, obviously, they've not really used a lot of the tiers, but this isn't the worst. There's some picks that are way out there, like Rat shouldn't be this high. Tsukuyomi should be a bit higher as well. And you know, like, why are Poseidon and Ulla on here? Like, out of all the, like, Hunter or Mage jungles, you pick Poseidon and Ula. Why didn't you pick, like, Hebo as your Mage jungle? I'm kind of confused. But overall, not terrible. I give this, like, a 6 out of 10. Alright, this guy's released, like, 3 separate tier lists here, all from the same guy, but, like, they're actually titled as what they are. So, support 7.9. Agree, Ganesha's too high. I mostly agree with these, actually. Kepri's very strong, Kumba's very strong, Sobek's very strong. Athena, potentially a little bit overrated here. I'd maybe move her down one. The S tiers, RTO's probably rated a little too highly there, same with Bacchus. But the rest I probably agree with. Maybe Ymir rated a little too high as well. Hell is not, like, that viable of a support. She's not on the level of, like, Geb, Terra, Kuzumbo. Hercules should be way up. People sleep on Hercules support, dude. He's one of the best supports in the game. Especially if they're, like, carrying ranked and stuff. But overall, it's not the worst. Like, mainly just move Hercules way up, move Ganesha way down. And then maybe, like, shift a couple of picks around, like maybe moving Athena around a little bit, Ymir, that kind of stuff. Overall, not too bad, though. This person seems to have a decent grasp on the meta. I give this, like, a 7 out of 10. Let's quickly check out this guy's mid and jungle tier list as well. I think Freya and Olorun it is probably pretty high for mid, but I think Freya's not actually that good of a mid laner. She's more of an ADC, so I'd move her down. Janus not that strong. Thoth not that strong either. I would move those two down. Baron Samedi does not deserve to be all the way down here, like below Changa. Changa sucks ass, dude. Changa should not be. Hades as a mid laner isn't really amazing. Zeus sucks ass, so like I would move a lot of these down. Move Baron up. I think honestly Anubis is better than Zeus, Changa, Hades. Specifically for mid lane. Hades is a better solo laner. Hebo should be moved way up. Hebo's super strong. Yeah, honestly this one's not as good as the support tier list. Like the Persephone is correct, the Ola one's correct. Discordia and Afro are probably about right, but a lot of these are kind of off. I'd probably give this one like a 5. And finally, this guy's jungle tier list. Bats in S+, or SS? I don't know about that, dude. Tsukuyomi and Nemesis I agree with, but like, Kali's a little too high, Bats is way too high. Bakasura and Arachne should be like S+, in my opinion. I'd say move Nemesis up 1, move these two up 1, bring Kali down to S, bring Bats down to like A+, he's not that strong. Thor probably moved up a little bit. Thor's stronger than the rest of the picks in this tier. Bastet way down. Bastet sucks. Same thing with Fenrir. Should not be that high. Like, Bellona on the same level as Erlangshen? No way, dude. Erlangshen should be higher. Bellona should be either lower or not there at all, because Bellona's not that good of a jungler. Yeah, once again, not quite as good as this guy's support tier list that we looked at, so I'll probably give this one a 5 out of 10 as well. It has some severe misplacements here. Another jungle tier list, but from a different guy this time. Let's have a look at this one. Oh. I agree, honestly. That's about right. I give this one a 10 out of 10. The tier list here. Oh, wow, a lot of explanation with these. Maybe I can go in depth on this one. It looks like a Conquest tier list, right? Yeah, no SS makes sense. I agree with that. S+, Freya, Olorun, Cthulhu, Morrigan. Morrigan, like, is a little overrated here. Morrigan's super strong, but I don't think she's quite, like, you know, top 4 gods in the game. And also, I think Freya or Olorun maybe move down 1 with the Hecate nerfs. They're not seeing quite as much play. Cthulhu, I agree with. Whoa, this is a big S tier, dude. Yeah, see, like, a lot of these are, like, should not be in the same tier. Like, there's no way Tsukuyomi should be in the same tier as Apollo. That's just not right. I agree with a lot of these, like Tsukuyomi, Hercules, Rama, Cupid, Hebo, Nemesis, Yamoja, Kepri. Like, a lot of these should be up here, Persephone. But there's also a lot that shouldn't be in here. Should be this high, like Nuwa, Huyi, Apollo. Nike should not be this high after the nerfs. So, like, a bit questionable here. I would have liked to see this guy use, like, more tiers and spread them out a bit more, because, like, a lot of these gods just are not on the same power level, and I agree with some, don't agree with others. Ula's way too low, so's Bakasura. They should be higher for sure, like, at least in S. Sobek, probably about right there. Chak on the same level as, like, Sobek, Hades, Baka, Ula, that's just not right, man. Heim as well. Yeah, this one's a bit hit and miss. Some of them are like bang on, I'll completely agree with, but he's kind of crowded the tiers a bit, and a lot of them just should not be where they are. Let's have a look at some of the lower ones. No, like, why is Bacchus? Bacchus should not be this low, dude. No one should be below Loki. Loki's the worst god in the game. I think everyone agrees on that. King Arthur and Ao Kuang should not be this low. They're not even bad. They're like balanced, if not a little bit overtuned. Yeah, so he's kind of just jammed them all in like above A tier. I'd like to see him use like these tiers a bit more. I agree with a fair few of the gods that he's got in these lower tiers though, but like Set shouldn't be here, Mercury shouldn't be here, Kali shouldn't be here, Janus probably shouldn't either. Yeah, overall this one's very hit and miss, so I'll probably give it like a 6 or something. There's some bang on, some that are just like, no, just should not be there. Okay, there's a couple of Joust tier lists here that I'm going to skip because I'm not a Joust player. I don't think I have enough of an informed opinion to comment on a Joust tier list, so I'm just looking for ranked here. Masters ranked Conquest. So this guy claims to be a master. Let's have a look at what he thinks. Persephone, Freya, Cthulhu, Nemesis, Mori in the top tiers. I agree with that mostly. I think Mori's a tad overrated. I'd probably bring her down one tier. Maybe Freya as well. Olaron, Sobek, Yamoja, Afro, that's pretty much bang on. I'd say they all belong about there. Maybe Sobek down one. He's not quite as strong as he used to be. S, we've got stuff like Cupid, Merlin, Discordia, Rama. AMC shouldn't be here. I'd maybe move like Ganesha, Cerberus, Artio all down one as well. Amma moved up one for sure. Amma's like pretty much the best solo laner, aside from Cthulhu. Suku probably should be up one tier as well, but this isn't bad, honestly. I'm kind of liking this. Same thing with Hercules. Hercules should be up 1 or 2 tiers. King Arthur, Mercury, Ula probably moved up a little bit. Same thing with Baka. But for the most part, this tier is pretty good. Loki shouldn't be here, but that's... Oh, and Wukong should be moved up a little bit. Same thing with Hebo and Thor. And Horus. But other than that, this tier is pretty okay for the most part. Maybe move Arachne up as well. And Shaq down. Pretty reasonable. Probably Kernanos and Yamiya up one tier. Some lower than average picks here. Athena and Geb both don't deserve to be down here. Probably not Osiris either. Osiris just never loses lane, so like he's never terrible. Yorm maybe up one as well. But for the most part, these are okay. Xbalanque probably doesn't deserve to be this low. He's not great, but he's not like bottom 3 gods in the game. Probably the same with Isis. I'd probably move a couple of these like A tier ones down here and move these up a little bit, but this isn't bad. This is probably the best one I've seen so far. It's obviously got a few misses, but for the most part, this is pretty good. Especially these top like 3 tiers here. These are for the most part pretty good, I'd say. So overall, I'll probably just give this one like an 8.5. It's got enough misses that I think I should take off like 1.5 points. 7.7 jungle tier list. A lot of people doing jungle tier lists here. Let's have a quick read of this. My opinion on the current patch jungle goals, I think AA-based characters are a lot stronger than ability-based junglers. Yeah, that's pretty much true. Even though I don't really like them. So many different factors at play, so I try to place gods on their ability to solo carry games in ranked. So he's looking at specifically ranked here and ability to solo carry. Keep that in mind. He's Diamond 3 at the moment, so I should be reasonably informed on the meta. I don't really need to know the explanations of his tiers. Most people do it roughly the same. Tsukuyomi S+, I agree. Nemesis, Mercury. I don't think Mercury's as good as Nemesis. I will bring Mercury down. Yeah, just looking at this. Baka, Arachne, Kali, Hebo. Maybe Alquang should all move up because if it's on your ability to solo carry games, these gods do it like some of the best from jungle. So yeah, I'd like to see Baka, Arachne, Kali, or maybe Baka, Arachne, Hebo join Nemesis, move Mercury down 1, put Kali in that same tier as Mercury. Rat's underrated here. I think Rat's like a pretty balanced jungler, I would say. And maybe Hunbats is underrated a little bit as well. Serket's bad, but I wouldn't put her in D tier. I'll probably just put her on the same level as these ones here. Overall, this is pretty good though. I mean, mainly because he said solo carry games in ranked, a lot of these gods should be higher up, so like maybe I'll give this one like a 7.5. Another Joust tier list, prediction tier list, Cabooses and the Asses. Let's have a look at this one. Cthulhu as an S+ tier ass? I don't know about that, dude. Olaron too? How's Bacchus down here, dude? Bacchus has the best ass. Wait, it's not even an ass tier list, is it? It's just a meta tier list. He's clickbaited me, dude. He's clickbaited me. He put Cabooses in the... I clicked on this to look at asses, dude, and it's just a meta tier list. Well, in terms of being a meta tier list, it looks pretty decent, actually. So I'm not too mad about getting clickbaited here. Definitely some shifting around in terms of the top 3 tiers here. Like, I think Freya goes up, Hurt goes up for sure, Yamoja goes up. Like, Nuwa, Vamana, Ganesha probably go down. People are rating Ganesha very highly. I feel like Ganesha's not like a top support. He's good, but he's not a top support. But overall, this isn't actually that bad, so I don't feel too badly about getting clickbaited. For some reason, he's not ranked every single god, which is a bit weird. But the ones that he has ranked, it seems reasonable. I'll probably give this one like a 6.5. Another Joust tier list, female god sexiness. There better be like a Bacchus or a Kumba in here, dude, or I'm getting out. Wow, there isn't, dude. Normally when people do tier lists like this, they at least add like a Bacchus or a Kumba to meme on you. These are just straight up. Wait, why is Baba Yaga down here, dude? Baba Yaga is like SS tier. What are you talking about? Yeah, not interested if Baba Yaga's not S tier, dude. Alright, someone's actually titled their tier list properly. Conquest tier list, August 2020. Server error? Come on, SmiteGuru. Sort yourself out. Okay, apparently SmiteGuru does not want me to see this tier list. Junglers. We've already done a lot of jungle tier lists, so I'll just do a quick glance at this one. Not bad, actually. Thor underrated for sure. I'd say move Callie down a little bit, move Thor up a little bit. Set down quite a lot, actually. Set's like one of the big... Set and Nejar, actually, are two of the big, like, misplacements here. Probably move Karma down a little bit as well. But overall, this one's not bad. I give this one like an 8.5. Tier list Conquest. From Jungling Boomer. Suku, Nemesis, Sol, Oloron, Kronos. Weird. Weird that you put Kronos above Freya when Freya abuses Hecate way better. So Kronos does not belong here, neither does Sol. But other than that, this this SS tier is not too bad. Raven's too high there, but Arachne and Freya I pretty much agree with for like ranked carrying. Baba Yaga way too high, same thing with Set. Probably move Alquang down a little bit as well, but that's not too bad. Medusa's way too high. Maybe move Raijin down a little bit. For the most part, I agree with the rest of this tier. Zeus. Kali's too low. Kali's actually not that bad. But this isn't bad, actually. A lot of the lower tiers are pretty accurate, in my opinion. The only one I'd move from these lower tiers is Kali and move her up a little bit. Morrigan definitely needs moving up for sure. This isn't terrible, honestly. Aside from, like, this SS tier, I wouldn't say Kronos, Oloron, Sol should be up here. Maybe Oloron, but definitely not Kronos and Sol. I think I'll probably give this one like an 8 out of 10. This one's not too bad. Masters tier list. Cthulhu, Nemesis, Arachne, Freya, Oloron. Set's too highly valued, so is Kali and Kronos. Tsukuyomi's way underrated there. Hera's a little bit overvalued. King Arthur shouldn't be down here. King Arthur doesn't belong in the trash. Neither does Chernobog. But the rest of these are pretty fine. Yeah, it's kind of like one of the ones I looked at earlier. He's kind of just like lumped like 90% of the gods into 2 tiers, which isn't really what I like. I like people that spread them out so you can actually get like a decent comparison. Because if you just lump them all into 2 tiers like this, like not all these gods are the same power level. Not even close. Like, I'll just pick 2 here. Like, Ullr is not the same power level as Daji. That's just not true. They should be like at least a few tiers apart. So, like, Hercules shouldn't be this low. This, yeah, just on the fact that he's, like, lumped so many gods into, like, these tiers that just should not be in here, I'll probably give this one, like, a 4 out of 10. But some of these ones are kind of getting a little bit old now. Like, they're about a month old or so, and they might be, like, a patch behind. So I don't really want to rate ones that are too old because, like, I might be rating them on the current patch when it was, when they came out on, like, one of the previous patches. So yeah, none of these look particularly exciting, just like regular tier lists, but like I said, they're going to be pretty old at this point, and I don't want to rate tier lists based on the current patch when they were released in like a previous patch, because that's a bit unfair to people. But yeah, we rated a few tier lists today. If you want to see another one of these, you know, rating other tier lists, I could do that like a couple of patches in the future or whatever, if you guys do enjoy this one. And like I said at the start, this is all just for fun. You know, some of these tier lists are pretty naff, but overall they're not too bad, and this is all just for fun. So I'll catch you guys in another video later on. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.